Hello, good morning. It's Thursday the 18th. I'm FxPlew and this is the market brief. So the UK has now got the highest inflation in the G7 at 10.1%. Core inflation also rose from 5.8 to 6.2%. So suffice to say, another 0.5% rate hike looks pretty likely at the next MPC meeting. The Institute for Fiscal Studies has been on. As the economic outlook is getting worse, they have warned that any permanent tax cuts, like those promised by Liz Truss, could cause serious harm to the public purse. Sunak believes that any tax cuts should wait until inflation has been brought under control, and his position will have been boosted by the latest inflation data. Despite the interest rate outlook being bolstered by the inflation data, sterling lost a little ground against the dollar yesterday. We open around the 120 level this morning. We're around 118.15 against the euro, and euro dollar kicks off around 101.50. We had the Fed minutes out in the US yesterday. Expectation remains for a further rate hike at the next meeting, but there was discussion about a reduction in the size of rate hikes and indeed how much longer rate hikes should continue given the current economic slowdown. Powell has pledged that the Fed will hike rates until inflation has been brought back under control. But the latest inflation data showed that although inflation may be slowing, they are still some way away from having it under control. If estimates are correct, then we have nearly reached the neutral rate in the US, and that means that future rate hikes will have a greater effect on inflation and they will be more restrictive on economic growth. The minutes mentioned rates reaching a suitably restrictive level, although the Fed remains reactive to data and they have no indication, or they provided no indication rather, of what that level may be. The dollar index reacted pretty well to all this. We saw a high of 106.90, but where the Fed is still concerned about the labour market, the weekly jobless claims are taking on a more significant greater significance. We're expecting around 265,000 new claims confirmed today, which will keep the 4-week average of weekly jobless claims above the 250,000 level. That's one to keep an eye out on later today. Right, that's it from me. We had a bit of rain here yesterday. It's almost like summer's over. Have a good one.
If you do not have a clue, then just tweet through and ask FxPlew.